Hi, welcome to this video. Thank you for being here. My name is Meg and I make all sorts of videos about resin, small business content. I also make content about books and art, so pretty much all the things I love because this is my channel. A lot of you know that I have been pursuing acting full-time and I actually just signed with my very first agent today, so very exciting. Things are in the works. My resin studio next door now has to be my self-tape studio for auditions. Although I'm not currently making resin, I wanted to give you all ideas of things I've made in the past and I really enjoyed making, or ideas of what I would be making this autumn if I still had my Etsy shop open for sale. So get cozy, grab a hot chocolate or a coffee, and let's talk about what to make this autumn because it is already nearing the end of September. I want to get ahead and make sure we're really prepared. I would probably have started preparing early September. But if you haven't yet, then this is your sign to start prepping your shop for this spooky season, and here are some ideas to do that. Anything that I have made, I will be sure to link the tutorial below or in the eye while I'm talking about it, and you can go and watch that later. This thing I have here with a quote on it, it's one of my favorite things I have ever made, and what's cool about it is you can do different colors in the background, so you can do your clear layer with flowers, and then different colors. It doesn't have to be black, it could be pink, red, whatever you would like, and then you can pick whatever quote you want. I put my quote on with a Cricut machine. If you don't have one, you can use stick-on letters, or you can even handwrite something and then use UV resin to seal that layer on just so the letters don't move, or if you're using a marker, the letters don't rub off. Staying in that sort of realm, I have Ouija boards or Ouija board or planchette keychains. The Ouija boards actually sold very well, and again, you can make them any colors you want, which is really fun, and use any type of flowers. I really liked using a gold pen marker and filling in the letters, and of course everything I mentioned in this video will be on my Amazon storefront. I have colors, flowers, molds I like, I have everything organized on there. So of course that is linked in the description. Tarot card earrings and keychains. I know these aren't fully spooky season, but I feel like people get more into those types of items this time of year. So I found that the stud tarot cards sold pretty well, and I also had keychains that I never fully made, but I loved this one mold by Resin. It was so pretty. You can search up different pumpkin and ghost molds and do keychains or earrings, necklaces, incense holders. I think this time of year people tend to have candles and incense and all of that a lot more, and incense holders sold pretty well on my shop along with the Ouija boards. I also like shipping things like the Ouija boards or incense holders because they're very thin, so it's cheaper to ship them just because they'll be lighter. I saw on Amazon this cauldron and pumpkin jewelry holder because for some of us it is Halloween all the time. If you make these things for autumn, for spooky season, a lot of people like me will just buy this stuff all year round. So even if it doesn't sell in this time period, it'll probably sell some other time. People might want to buy that kind of stuff as gifts. Oh, I just also wanted to say that I did see a couple of pumpkin themed molds or just those kind of molds. I'm gonna show a picture here. I would avoid these types of molds just because the items don't turn out shiny and very transparent. They get chalky. You'll have to top coat them in UV resin, which just makes more work for you. So I would make sure that your molds are shiny. This resin skull I made is one of my favorite things I ever made. I did the top layer in alcohol ink, let that dry, and then I did just a bunch of black tinted resin. I used a deep pour resin for that, and it turned out beautifully. There were no bubbles. It was just like one of my favorite things I made. Again, this could probably sell all year round, but especially this time of year, people want unique and one-of-a-kind decor pieces. I had this mold. I'm gonna make sure it's still available when I put this in the video, but it was a circle mold and it had different moon phases along the kind of edge of it. It was so pretty. And again, this is a great one to do different colors with and different flowers. One of my favorite things I ever made is this resin tarot card tray, especially because it says the Hermit, and I'm definitely very introverted, so I like this one a lot. And I have a whole tutorial on how I made this if you want to know how I made this sort of textured kind of pattern. You can really use any of the tarot cards you want. You can make it different colors. Like always, all of these things are so customizable, which is great. It can either be a jewelry tray, it can be a wall piece. I use it as a wall piece. Celestial Sun isn't specific to autumn, but it just kind of gives me that autumn vibe, especially the colors that I use for it when I do the warm tones. This one sold extremely well, and I also have a whole tutorial on that. So as a general theme, you can do something such as bookmarks, trays, wall hangings, and make them all just fall themed colors, and then you can release them as a collection. People love to kind of look through things that are in a collection. It feels like they're a part of something and they're there for a release and it's really fun and exciting. So if you do a wall hanging, you could do red, orange, yellow flowers, or those kind of red leaves I used to use. I had a bookmark with a red leaf in it that I would put in a whole autumn collection. You can do that for jewelry as well. The coolest ideas I got from my friend Zoe is she painted baby's breath flowers black and then put them in different items. I put mine in a, what's it called, open bezel, and the open bezel was black, and then the flowers were as well, so it just kind of looked really spooky, gothic, and cool. Definitely my style. This mushroom crystal wreath. This was such a beautifully time-consuming project. Definitely one of my favorite things. I don't even have words for it. It's just one of my favorite projects. I love anything mushroom themed, and it just gives me such a fall energy. You could even, instead of moss, do something fall themed there, or paint it a certain color. One of my popular sellers were the geode foam grips. So you could do a collection that is orange and like deep reds, a gold color, and kind of release them as a fall collection of geode foam grips. And like I said, people love collections and looking through different ones. So you could release that with all your fall stuff. You could do different releases throughout the month and do like, here's the foam grip release, here's the wall hanging release. And you could do alcohol ink coasters, which are so much fun to make, and use all fall colors. Alright, those are my ideas. I tried to get through them as fast as possible so that you can have all of this information, and I hope that you have fun creating all of these ideas. If you create them on Instagram, please tag me, or on TikTok. I would love to see all of your beautiful artwork. It's so much fun to me to see what you all create, and especially when someone says, hey, I followed your tutorial and then here's what I made with it. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up because it really helps out my channel, and subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you hear all the YouTuber stuff I have to say. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much. Bye!